Here's the tip for the week as far as CAD goes. The tip is going to focus around just standard AutoCAD. That's why we are in standard AutoCAD 2025 in this case. And if you're like me, we add in dimensions to everything and anything. And so if I needed to add in a dimension, I'll go on my normal linear and select 2 points to give me a dimension, right? And this dimension ends up in a layer. Pull up my properties here. That's in 0. It's kind of this default layer that's in 0, and I can change it by, I'll go to home, I'll say change my layer to CPU. And then I'll come back and add in that dimension. And then look, now that dimension is in that CPU. What if I told you you can change the default layer that your text goes to and it always be that way? Yeah, I know. So let's go back to home and I'll change this back CPU to 0 because I always like to hang out on 0. I'll come back over to the annotation and I can do this one of two ways. One way I can do that is actually by typing in the command line dim layer, and then I can enter in what layer I want it to be, and now when I create dimensions it'll add in that layer. Or underneath the ribbon you'll see there is your dimension section. You have your current style that you want to use, but then there is right underneath it, there is this layer drop down. From here, I can actually scroll down, find out what layer I want to put it on. And in this case, I'm going to put it on, probably not the right one. I'll put on that panels 201. And so right now my current layer is 0. You can see it in the properties as well. But if I go over to annotate and I select dimension, it is set to palettes 201 automatically. So no matter what, every time I use a dimension, it's going to have that even if I am on a completely different layer. Now that's not all. We can do the same thing with standard text, because if I come in here and say mtext and add this section here, you'll see as I type, you'll put it on the current layer that I am on. So if I type something and select it, it is on a current layer. Well, let's change that. Underneath text, if you expand this box here, ooh, there's another section. I'm just going to add it to that layer. So now when I type in mtext and I start typing in something, it is default to now that layer, while my active layer is 0. So nice way to actually change up how dimensions set as a standard. And yes, when you save the file and come back, it saves that information, allowing you to stay on your 0 layer, but your text to be on whichever layer you need them to be on, and your dimensions, whatever layer they need to be on as default.